So we're just gonna review some of these steps in order to multiply, decimals. Alright, so step one. You multiply, I can't even talk. You multiply the numbers like normal. So even though it's got decimals in it, you don't think about the decimals. You don't line up the decimals. So you're just doing multiplication, just like you normally would. Then, for step number two, you count the decimal places in the number we multiplied. So, in this one, how many decimal places technically do we have? Mikhail? Yeah, because you have one here and you have two here. So 2 plus 1 obviously equals 3. I do this little step all in parentheses next to my work. You don't have to, but I highly recommend that you make some kind of notation outside of your problem so that you know how many decimal places you're going to end up moving back into your answer. And then step number 3 is using the number of decimal places from step 2, put the decimal back into your answer. So you go, start at the end, you start at the end and you move to the left. Okay, thumbs up when you have that written down. Go ahead and flip it over real quick. How many of you guys sometimes struggle with like your decimal places and remembering what the name of that decimal place to the right is? Okay, so that's what this little cheat sheet is in a way. We went to the 10,000 just because we won't be dealing with numbers bigger than that usually. But just kind of keep in mind, and if you're ever dealing with decimals when you're dividing or multiplying or adding, keep this so that you know, okay, the first decimal is the 10th, second decimal is 100, 1,000, 10,000. And this is just kind of telling you how to say your decimal. The decimal itself, when you're saying a number, you use the word and. So and is the decimal when you're verbally saying a number. So it says to read a decimal, follow these steps. First read the number before the decimal point, then say and when you get to the decimal point, then read the number after the decimal point. So down here, your decimal is 3.12. How you would say this is 3 and 12,000, or 1,200. So that and represents the decimal. So when you guys say 114, do you see how that's wrong? Because 114 would be represented based off of what you said, that. but you're trying to tell me the number 114. Okay, see how that's very different? See how the word and does have a meaning when we're dealing with numbers and in the math class. Okay, so this is just, like I said, it's a little bit of a cheat sheet. So I would just simply highlight this so that you know. Use it, flip back to it, remember it, okay? We're gonna glue this in on your multiplying decimals review. Do have the decimal review up facing this way when you glue it into your notebook. And then when you flip it up, you see your place value notes. All right, so you are going to be working with a partner today on some more decimal practice. So just our learning objective at this point is I can apply my multiplication strategies to solve problems involving decimals. So for these first 6 up here, you're just doing computation. Then for 2, 3, and 4, it says read the word problems carefully once you know the equation. You are solving, write it in your math notebook, and solve it. Make sure you show you're working or explain how you worked it out. So that is what this page is going to be for. We're going to do the first one together, just to make sure that we have a good understanding. So number 1, it is 3 and 2 tenths times 5. So someone raise your hand and tell me, when I am multiplying, do I line up my decimals? Do I line up my decimals? Aiden? Okay, so I'm just simply going to do 3 and 2 tenths times 5. Do I need to put the bigger number up top? What do you, like when you are used to multiplying? Let me rephrase that. When I multiply, I always put the number with the most numbers on top, whether it's a smaller number or bigger number. Okay, just because it makes a little bit more sense to me. If putting, good morning.
Isaac Williams is checking out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Are you coming back, babe? Okay. You just need to do this paper for homework then. Gotta be checking it tomorrow. If you feel more comfortable putting that 5 on top, that's fine, but please do not add a placeholder. So like, don't do this. Don't do that. Okay, that is absolutely no. So if you're gonna put the 5 on top, this is essentially what it's gonna look like. Okay? I don't care if you do it that way. You're not gonna see me do it that way. To me, that looks backwards. Okay? So, but if this is how you wanna do it, that is perfectly fine. I'm not gonna say you can't. All right, so at this point, what do I need to do? What's my first step? Money. So I'm just gonna multiply, right? Okay, so 5 times 2, that's gonna give me 10, carry my 1. 5 times 3, what's 5 times 3, Gemma?
15
Plus 1.
16.
Okay. So So I'm done with my multiplication. I have one place value to the right here. So that tells me what am I gonna do in my answer? No. Huh? Do I just pick a random place or do I have a strategy? Tell me how to add my decimal in. On the left, so I'm gonna go here and go this way. Okay, so then my answer for this one is that or just 16. Okay? Questions? And then you can write your answer on this paper if you would like. So these are not gonna be terribly hard problems, they're just gonna be kind of problems to get us thinking. Our biggest problem with multiplying anything is not our ability to do the process, it's our ability to be able to multiply. Because we struggle with multiplication, we struggle with subtraction when it comes to borrowing. Alright, so you and a partner are going to be finishing this page. If down here you have word problems, what are you doing? Kaya? So across the side, flip your paper sideways. That way you can't say, oh, I didn't know. Now you do. And this is legit what you're working on the rest of the class period. So there's really no reason that you don't get this done and then you get started on what? Match math. Okay? You do have to come show me your paper when you are finished. I need to check it. I need to make sure you're understanding. If you are doing one of these problems and you're having trouble, please come and ask you and your partner, all right? Don't just sit there and stare at your paper for 15, 20 minutes and waste this time. All right, are there any questions? If you do not finish this paper, it will be homework. I will be checking it tomorrow, regardless if you finish it today or tomorrow, okay? Questions? All right, go ahead and get started.